Hello to anyone and everyone deciding to watch this video. Today, we got another toy review looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Series Scarlett. Because every toy line needs to have these retro variants on retro style packaging. For some reason. Honestly, I do not need my Joe Classifieds coming on oversized 80s card backs. But I thought this Scarlett looked cool. Scarlett's one of my favorite Joe characters. So I figured I'd try for this one, even if it looks ridiculous having her in this just huge plastic sleeve and having this card back. The biggest file card in the world because they got him put in all those different languages. But who cares about the card? I mean, it is kind of nice seeing the old G.I. Joe explosion, and I do like the way they drew her, at least. But I'm gonna pull her off screen for a second, and we're gonna set her free from her prison. Alright, here she is. Scarlett, looking really good. And as for what she's holding right here, this is of course her crossbow, which is in two pieces. It comes like this. I don't know why you would want it separated, but you just slot it in like that. We'll talk more about her accessories later, but I decided to put her most iconic one in her hands right now. And as you can see, she is a very, very nicely sculpted Scarlett here in her traditional, more superhero-like leotard and onesie. See, and she does have a little bit of a wedgie. That's a little unfortunate, but you know, she is looking really good. She's a nice looking Scarlett. I think every version of Scarlett in the classified line so far has been really good looking, and this one is no different. Let's just get her in a little closer for some investigating. She has a very, very nice face. She's got her traditional shoulder thingies. She's got a zipper on her abdomen, on her belly, but on the side, I feel that's a little odd. She's got a hip holster for her arrows. We'll talk about that later. A thigh holster for her knife. There are her ninja stars. Again, she's got a bit of a wedgie. And her nice boots with those pockets on them, and I believe she has been shown to have before. And she's got some cool little tread details on the bottom. You know, it's pretty nice. Oh, and this is also, again, a Scarlett with the darker hair. The darker, more blood red. I kind of liked the orange they gave her for her first release in Classified. A little bit more real than the traditional cartoon comic book exaggeration of this dark red. But, it's still a good looking Scarlett, and this is meant to invoke the design of that very first one. So, let's take a look at every little accessory she's got going on here. The first things first, she comes with a battle stand, which, you know, figure stand, I mean. I don't really care about these, but I know a lot of people have been wanting them with their classified figures. So now you got them. There's nothing really to dignify it specifically to her, because it doesn't have her name on it, even though it does have a space to put it in. But it does have that G.I. Joe star with lines logo, so if that's your preferred G.I. Joe logo, I'm sure you like seeing that. And it's pure black, as they tend to be. It's got pegs to put in the feet. It's a figure stand. What else is there to be said about it? We've also got her backpack And her special ponytail for her backpack, we'll show her with this on later. The reason she has two ponytails is because, of course, she can have one flush with her back when there's no backpack, and another one going over the backpack. And then here's her guns for people who don't like the crossbow, and these are basically just the guns that came with Grunt. Or at least the two rifles are. I don't know about the pistol. I'll have to check that with my Grunt figure later on. They're double painted, casted in this tannish color, the same as her backpack, but they've got some more of a light brown wash onto them, which is really nice. As you can see, the more realistic gun got kind of warped in the packaging for me. That's fine. I don't really care too much. I also wish she had a way to store the pistol, but she sadly does not. Or or nothing. She really can't store it anywhere. But she can put the two rifles on the pegs of her backpack at least. Oh, and before we get away from the rifles, one more thing. The colors for the laser rifle are kind of close to the colors of the original one that came with Snow Job, so, the original one in the 80s, yada yada yada, I'm rambling a bit. So you can give that to your Snow Job if you want, I'm sure that'd be great. Now then, her most worthless accessories. She has closed fists. I don't know why you would need them. I don't like swapping hands out on action figures anyway, but why would I give her closed fists when she's got perfectly good weapon holding hands? No point to have these. Really wish they weren't here. And lastly, but not least, are her arrows. And these are very nice to see. She, of course, needs them for her crossbow. And they're actually all different, with ranging sizes of arrowheads. And that one on the far far left, I don't know why I said right, has a different back, which actually makes it harder to slot into the crossbow. But whatever, that's what they decided to do. That's what it looks like. I don't know why it looks like that, but it did. That's what they chose to do. It's nice that they at least made them all different. Okay, joke's on me. I just realized that this arrow, Scarlett's fallen over, does not have a bizarre back end. This is actually the front of the arrow, and this is... Oh, it's not going to focus. It's not going to focus. The point is, the funny part I saw of it was actually backwards, so it can probably fit. That was actually the arrowhead, not the arrow tail, that's what I mean. So it actually probably could fit in the crossbow just fine. Although now that brings up another problem with this figure I didn't realize. How are you supposed to put this arrow in the holster? Because there's no way that head is going to fit in there. But do you really want it in there backwards? I don't know if I like that. That's a bit of a damnation of this figure. Her fourth arrow is in the crossbow, just so you know I didn't lose it. Also, should bring up, she is kitted out right now with her backpack and her rifles and her extra ponytail. And I am probably never going to display her like this. I definitely like her not backpack look. But, she still looks pretty decent in profile. Well, she is a... Whoop. I think I have her feet a little too forward. Or maybe this just isn't the most balanced surface, as the birds mock us. Or just mock me. Hang on. And since we have been talking about Scarlett, we gotta show her next to her man, Snake Eyes, and his pup, Timber. And they look really good together. I mean, I love that first Scarlett from Classified. I love the movie Scarlett. But this is still a pretty good Scarlett. To be honest, it's on par as a figure, but I think I like the movie version more, just because so many accessories that she doesn't need, and that thing with the arrow in the holster really bothers me. Maybe I'm just wrong, and there is a good way to get it into the holster that I just don't realize, and if there is, let me know. This is probably the Scarlett everybody's going to get anyway, because it's the one we all know her to look like, and it is a very, very beautiful figure. And, you know, sometimes that's just all we want. And plus, Scarlett's one of the best characters in all of G.I. Joe. You gotta have her any way you can. And if this is the version you want, then I definitely say go get it. Alright, I've probably been rambling on for too long now, so see you guys around.